Hello everyone and welcome. It's Lydia Shatney here and I am super excited to be here today. It is absolutely gorgeous here on the East Coast. 68 degrees, maybe even 70 degrees by now, and I am loving it. Happy spring everyone. I am excited about today's topic. We are going to be diving into something that everybody's jumping into right now. So welcome. Hi. Hey Lisa, this video was inspired by you, so I'm glad you're here. It is currently spring pretty much everywhere, and it's kind of the season when everyone and their mother's ready to jump into some kind of spring detox. Am I right? And what happens is when winter ends, our bodies actually are ready for a cleanse. And thankfully, spring is amazing because it brings us amazing, fresh, green, mineral-rich produce. So naturally, we are going to be enjoying these foods right about the time when we are all motivated to clean up house, right? So our bodies are naturally going to be in sync with the seasons, and spring is a great season to really feel this urge to clean up and kind of unburden our bodies a bit. So some of the amazing produce that's available, I don't know what's available for you guys, but I'm like going to the store and I'm like, holy cow, I'm so excited. There's like everything. There's fresh greens, spring scallions, snow peas, snap peas, all these amazing vegetables that are very cleansing to our body, very supportive to our body. Okay, so that's obvious, right? You guys, the first thing is to start enjoying more of your spring fresh produce. And it's very plentiful. And one of my favorites is dandelion greens, because that really is a good one to help. Some of the more bitter ones are really great in helping support some of this detox in your body and helps enhance your body's ability to do this. Now, traditionally, Chinese medicine and Ayurveda are, they tend to view springtime as a time for renewal. So, I don't know about you guys. I feel pretty freaking pumped right now because it's spring. We got through winter. I'm like gearing up for so much cool stuff. I need to support my body's energy to match what I'm feeling inside. So spring is an amazing time for us all to get really excited about coming through the winter and just kind of unloading some heaviness maybe we feel from that. So spring can feel really light and we can support our bodies that way too. So spring is an amazing time of year. It's a natural time of year that most people want to do some kind of cleanup, right? And today I want to talk all about detox. And I want to talk about it more in depth than just, oh, it's spring, let's do a cleanse. It's currently buzzing around. You know, if you look in any health circle, everybody's doing some kind of detox, some kind of spring cleanse, right? And I honestly think the idea of detox varies wildly, and it can be misunderstood. And I think part of that is that we don't understand how our bodies work. So I'm here to kind of educate you today because I don't think detox is limited to spring. And I think there's way more that we can know so that we can take this practice with us throughout the year. But since it is spring, let's go with the momentum of how everyone's feeling excited about possibly doing some cleansing, okay? But I do want to talk for a second before I dive really deep into this whole concept of detox. And I'm going to go deep today, as deep as I can for the amount of time that I have, because I want to bring a lot of value for you guys and I want to send you away with new insights as well as action steps, okay? So bear with me for 1 second because I'm going to tangent here. Because I keep running into this, so I just want to say this. I want to encourage folks, if you are not yet working with a holistic practitioner for your health of some type, whether it's a nutritional therapist like myself, or an FDN practitioner, or a chiropractor, or a functional medicine doctor, or a naturopath, or any of these types of practitioners, they're going to dig deeper, okay? So what happens is a lot of us will go to our regular MD, and that's great. You definitely should go to your regular MD, especially annually at the very least. Get your, your regular blood chemistry panel and all your stuff checked on. That's totally great. But what I'm hearing so much is a frustration that's out there where people don't seem to understand that your doctor is kind of limited. Your conventional medicine doctor is limited in how they can support your health goals, simply because, they are really only going to help you when it comes to pathology or specific diseases, or let's say you have blood work that's totally way off the charts or wacky. They are going to probably support you through a medical path, okay? So please understand, that is their training. That is what they are going to do. They are not functional in nature. They are not preventative in nature, all right? So if you're frustrated with the care you're getting from your doctor, this is why. You have to understand that's what they are limited to do for you. Doctors are not here to teach you nutrition. They are not here to teach you how to understand how your body works. That's not what their training was for, okay? I think I talked about this the other day, but I gotta say it again because it keeps coming up. So I really want to encourage people, because this is the time to start thinking about these kinds of things. Don't wait too long. There's a lot that you can certainly do to support your health on your own so that you can feel better now. But there are gonna be many times where you really do need someone who can help you dig deeper. Okay, so you want someone who can do functional testing and support you at that level to dig deeper, to understand your underlying biochemistry, your underlying issues that are going on, okay? And this takes a lot of concerted effort sometimes. So you want someone who can really support you at a deeper level for that, okay? Now, there's a lot you can do, and I'm gonna keep talking about this. I have a ton of information for you on my website. If you're brand new to this whole health gig, I've got resources for you. But there's so much you can do for yourself, okay? But there does come a time and place where you really do want to get supported. So you can definitely do so much through clean diet, through improving your sleep, lifestyle practices. We're gonna talk about some of those today, okay? So stick around. That's just my little PSA for you, because it keeps coming up, and I feel so passionate about making sure people understand the difference, because I feel like we're still stuck in this old paradigm of believing our doctor has all the answers for us. And quite frankly, that's just not the case. So just keep that in mind. Your doctor wants to help you in the way that your doctor can, okay? And the system is kind of tricky. So you do want to make sure you know this and are getting support elsewhere, okay? All right, thanks for letting me get that off my chest. I do want to dive into detox, okay? So is everybody still with me? Everyone good? All right, so let me ask you a question. What comes to mind for you when you think of detox? What comes to mind for you? Go ahead and put it in the comments below. Is it a word? Is it a concept? Anything. Go ahead and share. Whatever comes to your mind, go ahead and comment below. All right, anybody? Okay, so detoxification is basically how our body removes toxic substances. And thankfully, our body has systems that are designed to eliminate waste and detoxify poisons. So our bodies are pretty amazing. And detoxification is actually not a one-off thing. It's an ongoing process. We are always going to have a need to help support our bodies to do this detoxification process. And so it's important to understand that. It's important to get an understanding of how your body is intended to work so that you can support it and work with it appropriately. Now, when your body is more burdened with chemicals than it can effectively detoxify on its own, you can start to experience chronic health problems. Things like allergies, skin problems, digestive problems, headaches, fatigue, joint pain, and a variety of other things and ailments can actually be caused by, toxic exposures, chemicals, pesticides, processed foods, crappy oils, sugar, heavy metals in the environment, glyphosate, all these things, right? We're exposed to so many toxins anymore. So this is really important. And one of our liver's most important functions is to actually detoxify all these toxins that we're getting exposed to and assaulted with basically daily, all right? Now, I'm saying assaulted and I'm getting all intense. I don't want you to fear living in this world. We can live in this world in light of this and still do okay. Our body is really amazing and it really wants to help us. So when we start to learn things that we can do, we can really support it well. But we also have to remember, we need to, hopefully when you start to gain a hold of this and really understand this and feel the benefits of even initially starting this, you're going to want to do this for the rest of your life. A toxin is basically any substance that irritates or creates harmful effects in your body, okay? And some are going to be natural byproducts of body processes, and then some are going to be things that we might consume by choice. Say, for example, alcohol or too much caffeine or prescription medications or drugs, illicit drugs. But then there's like so many more, and I don't want to go into every single one. But we've got things that we breathe, things that we consume, things that we touch, things in our environment. We've got pesticides, like I said. We've got car exhaustion, secondhand smoke, chemical food additives, even indoor pollutants from things like paint and carpet, furniture, and your cleaning products, and so on and so forth. And what can happen is they can get stored in your body when your body is so overloaded and overwhelmed, it just can't handle it anymore. It can't handle all these exposures. So this is when you're going to start to notice more creeping into your life symptoms where you're like, every day I get these aches and my stomach hurts and I keep getting headaches and every time I smell paint it gives me a migraine. This is becoming more and more the norm for most of us, right? We've experienced a lot of these things that I just shared. So in order to avoid those uncomfortable symptoms, it's going to take a concerted effort on our part to really help our bodies out. And the detoxification process, by the way, in your liver, there's two phases that your body's going to work in close synchronization with. It's phase 1 and phase 2. Now, I'm not going to go into how they work today. That's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. But both of these phases, what you need to understand is they require key nutrients so they work properly. So nutrition is so important to support your liver. So that's a bare bones basics there for you. Now, what do you think is happening when you are not getting the nutrition from your healthy food? Maybe you're not assimilating or absorbing it, or maybe you're not eating nutritious food to begin with. It's going to be very hard for your liver to actually support your toxicity levels. Now, I want to talk a minute about hair tissue mineral analysis because that is the foundation of this group. And I just want to share quickly about how hair analysis game plans work. Basically, one of the primary goals of using the HTMA to create a health plan for you specifically is to help assist your body in removing toxins. It's to help also, get those stored heavy metals that can be deeply within our body out, okay? And that can take time. So it's not an overnight process. It's not a 30-day detox thing. It's not once a year I'm gonna do a detox. It takes time to really support your body to really uproot a lot of the deeper toxicity that could be there. Okay, so there's this short-term support. There's a daily support you can do on your own through a lot of practices that I'm going to get into in a little bit. But sometimes, and this is why I kind of laid this little foundation about working with a practitioner, you do need to dig deeper and get more concerted help. And functional testing there's so many of them, by the way, not just hair analysis. But that's a great starting point for anyone. So I just wanted to say that because I think a lot of people don't even understand what you're going to learn about yourself from a hair analysis, and it's pretty vast. It's a great starting point for anyone, and one of the biggest focuses is really to help the body effectively detox right where you as an individual are in your current health. So it's going to meet your current needs and abilities to actually start the healing process, okay? So what I want to emphasize really quick before I talk a little bit more about my top 10 detox tips that anyone can implement safely is this idea of detox being this intense thing you have to do and like quickly eradicate all the toxicity your body has. We tend to in our culture be like a do all or die kind of mentality, or hurry up and get it over with. I just want to move on with my life. And that's not really a good mindset for supporting deeper healing and detoxification, okay? So I truly believe that detox can be as simple as not consuming toxins, drinking enough water, some of the most basic things every one of us needs to be doing to support our health goals, to feel energy, to get rid of headaches, whatever it may be. All these foundational things are important for everyone, and they can support your body's ability to detoxify. So it doesn't have to be this crazy, I went on this juice fast for 20 days and all I drank was juice. That's kind of extreme, and not everyone should or can do that. Can it help people in some way? Absolutely, but it can be really hard, really, really hard, and there can be side effects. So my personal approach to supporting detox is a very sustainable one. I really believe we all need to kind of find where we're at and work from there and just keep going, so that you don't find yourself like, I'm gonna do a spring detox and I'm gonna do all this juicing and and you have all this willpower for like 14 days, and then the following week you're out partying, drinking, eating crap again, and you haven't benefited truly at a deeper level from this experience, because here you are not respecting your body by abusing it. And I'm going to say it that way because that's what it is. And I truly believe we can love our bodies and we can still enjoy these little, indulgences. I'll be honest, I drink a cup of coffee every day. I occasionally have a glass of alcohol. But I feel that I have kept so many practices in place and supported my health at such a foundational level that those things don't harm me. They don't hurt me. Whereas years ago, I was a mess. I had to be really strict. Okay, so we have to have some intuition about this whole concept of detox, because so many people can be really extreme or anal, or just kind of do things in a way that are going to possibly be uncomfortable for you. I've had people in the past, maybe you've tried something that was supposed to help you detox and you felt like total crap. Like maybe you tried some detox tea and it worked too fast, too good, and you were like, you just didn't feel good. Maybe you tried to do something like coffee enemas, which are a great detoxification support, but not everyone should just go run out and do a coffee enema. And maybe you tried something like that and you had a side effect from it that was scary or uncomfortable. And there just needs to be some understanding of how your body works and how you can support your body in the most sustainable, safe, effective ways. And if you're somebody who's doing these things and getting really bad side effects, you probably should find someone to help you, so you don't have any of the problems that could come around trying to do too much too quickly for your body to be able to handle it, okay? I'm not trying to scare you here. I'm just trying to be very honest and make sure you're thinking sensibly about supporting your body. It doesn't have to be radical, all at once, do or die. You know what I mean? Is anybody following me here? You guys agree with me on this? Okay, so I truly believe we can all put basic detox strategies in place every single day, all year round. Doesn't just have to be spring. And here's a couple of them. I've got 10 for you, okay? These are my 10 favorites. And maybe you've done some of these already. Maybe you have only done them part way. Maybe you haven't even heard of any of them. So today I'm going to give you my 10 strategies, and these are things that I am telling people all the time, and I probably have a post on every single one of them on my website. Number 1, obviously, detox your diet. And this could look wildly different for everyone. So I like to start with the most basic premise of ditch the processed food and eat the whole real foods. Okay, let's just start there. We don't have to decide what diet template you need to do. None of that. You don't have to be paleo or whatever. Just eat real food. Okay? Right now, there's some amazing fresh produce available. Go eat more of that. The spring has provided this for you. Let Mother Nature nurture you with those foods right now. Okay? So that's the number 1, easy. We can all make strides towards improving our diet. Hands down, top 1, okay? Because we need those nutrients from those real whole foods, all right? Make sure when you're eating your food, you are enjoying it and you are relaxing and you are chewing it well. Okay, my next detox tip is detox your skincare products. If you haven't done this yet, it's actually not that hard. You just want to make sure that you are getting skincare products that are going to be very clean. So basically the kind of concept that if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin. That may be a little extreme in some cases, but just a thought that you can say, oh my word, let me look at the label here. Would I actually put this in my mouth? Because your skin will absorb toxins through your skincare products as well. And let me tell you, our skincare products are loaded with garbage. The Environmental Working Group website is a great place to go if you're brand new at this and you have no idea what to get. But honestly, if you just go to any health food store, you're probably going to get way better than you would in your pharmacy, your typical grocery store or pharmacy or whatever. But the Environmental Working Group, ewg.org, go there and start to do a little digging. All right, so if you haven't ditched your skincare products, do that. I did that ages ago. I had horrible eczema on my hands. I couldn't use like anything. So I had to use things like lard, for crying out loud, to moisturize my hands. So I ditched my skincare products ages and ages ago and have never looked back. So that's a good one for you. Detox your cleaning products. Oh my word. I can't even be around most cleaning products, you guys. I don't know if you feel this way, but they literally, I'm just like, how do people tolerate the smell of dryer sheets, y'all? I don't even know. But these things are loaded with toxicity. So if you have not changed your laundry products, that's a good one to start with, because you're putting those clothes on your body, you're sleeping in your sheets, it's going to be on your skin. That's a good one to go and do a little investigating and try to switch up those products. But any cleaning product that you're going to come in contact with, that you're going to inhale the fumes of, things like that. I had a tiny stint in my life where I worked for Mini Maids. Oh my word. For like 2 weeks. And oh my word, it made me so sick. So sick. So the cleaning products are a big one, especially if you happen to have to clean your house or use them regularly. It's going to be really important. Or if you get headaches, or if you have skin issues or chronic health problems, really, really, really important. I have a post on this on my website. Okay, here's one that it's kind of not sexy maybe, but it's so freaking important that I'm going to hammer this one a little hard. Are you ready? It drives me crazy because no one is getting this right. Not even me half the time. And it has to do with staying hydrated. Staying hydrated. Staying hydrated. So what does staying hydrated actually mean or look like? It's not just, oh, I gotta drink water. How much water? Filtered water, So your hydration is so important because it's going to give you energy. It's going to help you avoid pain and inflammation. And it's going to help you flush these freaking toxins that you're exposed to in abundance out of your body. So there's a lot of confusion out there about this. My rule of thumb is this: half your body weight in ounces at least per day. Some people worry, well, can't you drink too much? Well, you could drink too much, but the issue with too much water is that there's maybe not enough minerals available in the water, so you're going to flush out some things that you might need. So every day when you wake up, you want to first thing drink some water because you lose a lot of moisture from your body when you sleep. I even heard a recent statistic about maybe about a liter of water. That's crazy. That's a lot. So when you get up in the morning, you really need to rehydrate by having a big glass of water first thing in the morning, and it kind of starts your thirst off for the day. Super important. Now, if you're like me and you drink that 1 cup of coffee in the morning and you're getting a little bit of caffeine, that's going to dehydrate your body. So you're going to want to make up for that little bit of deficit you're kind of putting on yourself and drink more water to make up for that. So many people just don't remember to drink enough water throughout the day. So here's my little tip for you. Remember that little formula I gave you? Half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you weigh 150 pounds. You need at least 75 ounces of water a day. You might need more. You might need less if you eat a really kind of like a water-rich diet in terms of like produce and maybe broth or something like that. This is just a rule of thumb. It's not a hard and fast, be anal, you have to have this certain number. It's just a rule of thumb, okay? So find a vessel that's about a third or half of that amount. So 75 ounces, say, find something that's half that. A quart is about 32 ounces. So I try to drink about 3 quarts, even though, my weight doesn't warrant that. I still feel like a little bit more is what I feel best with. So play around with this, but get a vessel, get a Life Factory water bottle or a stainless steel water bottle that you got to fill it up 2 or 3 times a day and drink that. And that's your water bottle that you carry around, okay? Now, you may want to throw some salt in your water or some Soleil, or maybe get some trace mineral drops. If you're using something like reverse osmosis, make sure you put the minerals back in your water. Yes, filter your water. Please filter your water. But remember to actually drink enough water. When you're traveling, when you're stuck in buildings, when you're stuck in like your house, the heat can cause you to lose more water at night too. And you wake up super stuffy, things like that. Hydration is so ridiculously critical. It could take away a headache in an instant if you drank an electrolyte drink of water. I mean, it's a no-brainer to always remember to start there. That's so important. Our body's made up mostly of water. Nobody wants to hear me say this one, but it's so key, you guys. And if that's the only thing you focused on for the next week to really hydrate yourself well, I bet you would feel a difference. Okay, so I hammered that one a little hard, but seriously, I forget this, and I teach this all the time. So I feel like I have to be a little, over emphatic about it. Okay, here's another one, Detox Baths. This is a good one for just about anyone, and you don't have to do it every day. You can do it a few times a week. I've written so many posts about this, but most people are going to be familiar with something like Epsom salts. Epsom salts baths are a great form of detox for you. It's very gentle, very soothing, helps you to actually relax. I also like to add baking soda to my detox baths because it can help with things like uranium and some other things. And then if you don't have a filter on your bath water, and you have some chlorine in your water, which you probably do, you want to add a little bit of ascorbic acid to your bath. I have a recipe for that. So it's a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of ascorbic acid. You can buy them in larger containers on Amazon. But if you don't have a filter, you're going to want to add that too, because as soon as you put it in the water, it deals with the chlorine. It's very effective. Now, it's not going to deal with everything, but it's at least going to get rid of your chlorine. All right. So we did number 1, food. Number 2, skincare products. Number 3, cleaning products. Number 4, hydration. Number 5, detox baths. Okay, here's another one. Adequate movement. This should be so obvious, but we are a sedentary society anymore, so it's important to bring this up. But movement. It doesn't have to be, I went to the gym and I busted my ass and I worked really hard. It could be literally just moving more daily, whether you park further and you walk further, take the stairs instead of the elevator. You're really working towards getting, close to those 10,000 steps a day. Move your body. It's so important. One of my favorite things actually in terms of movement is actually rebounding, because rebounding really helps your lymph and your lymphatic system. And that's a pretty easy one that most of us can do. You can buy a little mini rebounder. They're not that expensive. I have had one for years and years and years, and we use it. I use it pretty much daily, even if it's just for 5 minutes some of the times. And I leave it out, and the kids use it too. So that's a no-brainer, but it's obviously I have to bring it up because not everyone is consistent with this one. And honestly, if you were just to start to take baby steps towards consistency with this, it can improve so many areas of your health. So many areas of your health. So it's huge. I know you know that, but I have to talk about it. Another one that's really important, and I don't do this one daily, but it's something that you want to aspire to when you can, is sweating. And this is something you can do when you have adequate movement, when you're moving enough to generate a sweat, or you can force it by heat. So, a heat lamp or sauna. I know most people don't have access to a sauna, but those hot detox baths can help you sweat a little bit. They can work up a sweat. Or simple heat lamp. So it's like those chicken brooder lamps that you can buy. They're super cheap. I have one that I clamp on a tall lamp post in the corner of my bedroom, and a couple times a week I'll pull it out and I'll Netflix and chill. Maybe I'll do like my fascia blaster on my legs or something, but I'll sit under that heat lamp and let my body heat up and generate a little bit of a sweat or heat. And it's not as effective as a sauna, but it's a simple hack that anyone could afford and implement. Okay. So another detox practice that you can do, and I lost my notes here, so give me a second to find it. But one of them I wanted to tell you about that's very gentle, that's typically effective for people and safe, is actually castor oil packs. Not a lot of people like these because they're messy, but I just have to preempt that because some people are like, oh, I tried that, didn't work. The reason it didn't work is because it was a little messy. But, if you're really struggling with your health and you want something gentle and you're needing to relax more because you have a lot of pain in your body, castor oil packs are amazing. And there's this Castro Wrap that makes it less messy. Castro Wrap. I don't know if she's still in business. I sure hope she is. But the Castro Wrap is so great because you literally put it on this little pack. It's so neat and easy, and you just wrap it around. And the castor oil packs are basically effective in helping moving cellular waste. okay? And when it's absorbed through your skin, that's what it does. It helps increase the lymphocyte count of the blood and increase your lymph flow throughout your body. So if you're someone who ever struggles with swollen lymph nodes, and you know, like maybe in your neck, or maybe in your groin or your armpits, Castor Oil Packs could be something really nice and gentle for you to try. I have a post on that on my website. And then I also want to encourage everyone to consume enough fiber in your diet. Now, I realize that everyone's tolerance of fiber is going to vary. So you may have to play around with what sources of fiber work for you and what quantities work for you. I generally tell people you want to consume as many vegetables daily as you can. So somewhere between 1 to 3 cups per meal, or average over the day. Now, if you can focus on getting all those veggies, you should be getting plenty of fiber. And the role fiber plays is it helps to just, carry those toxins out through the colon. Especially hormones, excess hormones, that's a big one to get out with fiber. So eating these nice spring veggies that we have available to us right now in abundance can really help, really help get that fiber in there and get that train rolling and clear your bowels. So that's a really important one to not forget. Typical American diet is not rich in fiber. It's very heavy in the refined foods, not very many vegetables and things like that. My last tip for you, and this is so important, and I've done a training on this for you with Kiran Krishnan, the microbiologist for Megaspore, my favorite probiotic, is to consume probiotics daily. And I can't tell everyone what probiotic to take or if fermented foods will be enough for you. Some people don't even tolerate them. So you need to figure out what works for you, but you definitely want to consume them daily. Yes, daily. Absolutely. Because we are just exposed to way too much these days to not have that protection in our gut. So if you're not sure what probiotic to start with, I usually start everyone with Megaspore, which is something I highly recommend. I've seen great results with. But if you have specific conditions and needs, you may want to work with somebody on what probiotic will work best for you. And if you're not ready to try probiotics yet, you could try fermented foods. And I have a lot about that on my website too. If you don't even know what fermented foods are, go with the probiotic for now. It takes a little bit of time to get going with learning the process of fermentation. So just be easy on yourself, and it's going to cost you the same startup anyway. So a good probiotic for sure. So spend some time on these things. Was there anything that resonated with you today that you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't done that yet? Definitely that maybe is where you want to focus next. Are you trying to implement many of these things? I think over time people can kind of morph and get all of these things kind of slowly added in so that they become part of your lifestyle. And quite frankly, it's really something that I work with every single client on, trying to work towards covering all of these basic bases. So they could go a long way to really supporting you and helping your body get ready to do deeper detox. When you're ready and you have all these habits in place, you're hydrating well, you're eating a reasonably clean diet of whole foods, you got your probiotics, you're moving your body, you're doing maybe a detox bath once or twice a week, you really feel like, okay, I've embraced this lifestyle. And maybe you still have a few health issues that are affecting you. That's when you want to take it to the next level and work with somebody to dig deeper with you. I love it. Audrey's like, I'm totally rebounding right now. That's awesome. You guys, rebounder is so fun. I totally do dance breakouts in the middle of my workday on the rebounder. Like if I'm like, oh, my brain, I just get that thing out and I put on some girl power music and have fun. So listen, and that's the thing, is this can be very fun. Like, it can be so much fun. Taking a bath can be awesome. You just get to chill and maybe read a book and like hide from your kids for a little while, you know? So these are practices that can be totally doable, sustainable, and fun, but they are the foundation for you to do anything deeper. And there's a lot you can do deeper, and there's a lot of functional testing you can do. And I think the thing that's really trendy right now and like really sexy is the 23andMe. Go get your genetic information so you can understand your methylation stuff. And I think it's awesome if that's what you want to learn about yourself. But the thing is, it's probably not the first thing you need to do. You know what I mean? It's so vast what you're going to learn from that, and it's a little complex to figure out how to implement things. But our whole entire methylation cycle is based on core nutrition. So if you are starting to make these changes in your life and really get them going and repeat them consistently, you know, you aren't going to need to like feel like you always have to do a detox, because it's going to be a way of life for you. Okay. So with that said, I don't really want to encourage anyone doing any kind of strict detox protocols without spending enough time getting these pieces in place. And just remember, there's no rush to detox. You're not going to detox your body in a week or a month or even 3 months entirely. And there's never an end to detoxing. There will never be an end. Your body's always going to be doing this for you. So long as you live on this earth, you're going to need to have detox strategies in place for your health, so you feel good, so you have energy, so you're happy, and it's so important. So I know everyone's really all gung-ho right now to kind of clean house, and that's great. So definitely go with that. Go with that feeling that you have, that urge. But just remember, you know, you really want to make these practices part of your life. They're not just like this, a couple times a year I'm gonna clean up. And I just really want to avoid that fallback where you know, fall out of the habit. You're like, oh, I fell off the wagon. And the old bad habits creep back in. So this is why I really want to emphasize the sustainability of change, where you're making forward motion, you're taking the steps that you've heard in this video today. You don't feel like you have to do it overnight. You're not afraid to live in this world. You're like, okay, I'm embracing change. I'm crowding out the bad, and I'm, you know, pushing in the good stuff. And that is a good way to think, because you want your mindset also to be detoxed from negativity as well. Okay? So I also want to say willpower is never enough. It's never going to be enough to get you where you think you need to go in a short amount of time. You know, we really need to work slowly towards the goal of, you know, a body that's as unburdened as possible. So I just want to say that, because honestly the truth is that your current biochemistry or your internal health state environment is going to trump your willpower. So if you allow yourself the grace to make that slow, sustainable change over time, and you just stick with it and you keep going, and you don't feel like, oh my God, I got to do all these 10 things she just said today right now, and I got to do them perfectly. Please don't walk away from my video thinking that at all. Any change you make is going to support your body, and you want to make the change be something that sticks with you. So think about that when you're walking away from this video today. Okay, now I do want to quickly say one little thing again about HTMA, because I know someone brought up earlier that they wanted to get heavy metals out of their body. So HTMA, hair tissue mineral analysis, is a test, and it's a tool that a practitioner can use to help you support your health. And it does assess the heavy metal piece. So I get questions all the time about heavy metals and how do you get them out of your body? Oh my God, I have all this aluminum on my hair test. What do I do? And there's this freak out factor around heavy metals. There's this fear and this anxiety. And it's understandable. But I want to help people, I want to take away the fear factor and really help you understand that everything that I just said about taking the time is so important too when it comes to heavy metals. So really quick, I don't really believe that we need to do something like chelation. There may be a place for that in certain cases, but that's beyond my scope of practice, and it's typically in more of an extreme scenario where someone's got like heavy metal poisoning and it's affecting their health, okay? So generally speaking, the majority of people are going to need to deal with heavy metals at a very sustainable pace. And the idea behind doing this through a hair analysis game plan is to do everything I just said, is to give yourself the ability to give your liver phases the nutrients they need so that they work better, to increase your overall metabolism and energy so your body can do deeper healing. Keep doing those practices, that support general detoxification, and over time your body will be able to start to release things that it's holding on to. Now, in some cases, certain heavy metals will go into the body, into enzyme binding sites, and we need to put a certain mineral in there to help drive it out. So those are a couple of the principles behind how the game plan from your hair analysis will help you deal with heavy metals. There's a little bit more to it than that, but I just want to give you the bare bones basics today so that you're kind of starting to get at ease with this whole concept of supporting your health. Because nobody needs to be worried or panicked or having anxiety about this. We want to, have understanding of how the body works so that we can take actions like positive forward motion with clarity, but also feel some sense of peace about it so our mindset is good, right? So don't forget about detoxing your mind. That's another one. That's a big one. So right there, I just kind of gave you maybe another tip in terms of detox is, what are you thinking? What are you feeding your mind? And is it negative? Is it bearing you down and grating on you? And so my whole thing is to really help people feel a better sense of clarity with peace, okay? So there's not this big fear factor. The fear factor isn't going to help you take action. It's going to paralyze you and maybe, that stress from the fear could impair your health. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have time for today. I hope you found this video helpful. We don't need to overcomplicate the whole detoxification process. We can do so much right now, every single one of us, every single day, to support this process in our body. And I just wanted to empower you and give you some tools today that you can utilize to do this very thing. All right. Thanks so much for watching. If you have questions, leave them below. I'll pop by later to answer them for you. Bye.